this video landed in your feed, maybe it's the universe nudging you. Stop scrolling. Start creating. During shutdown in January 2020, like everyone, I was lost in endless consumption. Netflix, social feeds, even self-help videos, and of course, my favorite movies. But the truth is, I felt emptier than ever. Here is the shift that changed everything. Most people don't realize consuming more does not fill the void. I was making the same mistake 90% of us make when we feel stuck. Every day after work, I used to collapse and binge content. It felt like relaxation, but I was just numbing out. The Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 verse 8 says, "It is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection." But I wasn't living my destiny. I was just watching others live theirs. Then something clicked. I stumbled upon a teaching that flipped my world upside down. The Buddha taught attachment is the root of suffering. I realized I was getting attached to comfort, not growth anymore. The Gita chapter 2, 47 verse says, "You have the right to work, but not to the fruits of work." That's when I understood we are meant to create, not just consume. We have the right to work, but not to the fruits of work. That's when the scales fell from my eyes. We are not meant to be passive recipients, just takers from this life. We are creators. We are designed to build, to express, to manifest. And for so long, I had forgotten that fundamental, primal truth. It was in that moment, in the depth of that realization, when the word felt like it was consuming me. That is the time the 4Q framework did not just come into my head. No, it exploded into my consciousness. Like a dam breaking or a suppressed primal scream finally finding its voice. And in that explosion, every Q of 4Q's framework, every single dimension became crystal clear. Listen to me. Health quotient, you think consumption makes you strong. It drains you. Creation, that act of pouring yourself into something, that is where the true, unyielding energy ignites. It is the difference between merely existing and truly thriving. To be holistically well, you need to avoid dissipating your energy. You need to start creating and tapping new energy. IQ, which is the intelligence quotient. Laziness is the enemy of the mind. Consumption makes you stagnant, but creation, it forces you to learn, to adapt, to break free from what you thought you knew. You realize you were born to do this, born to bring forth what only you can. Isn't just thought, it is a primal urge demanding release. And emotional quotient, which is the third Q, talks about consuming breeds comparison. It whispers not enough. We all the time keep comparing ourselves to others and then keep saying what we have is less and less. We are always trapped in this endless, agonizing, vicious cycle, a loop, but creating that, my friend, is where you find purpose, a burning, undeniable reason to be here. It silences the whispers and replaces them with a roar of self-worth. Finally, 4Q, spiritual quotient, isn't about some distant dogma. Creation is the raw, undeniable alignment with your Dharma, your unique, sacred purpose. It's the echo of your truest self, finally heard, finally lived. This is not just theory. This is the unleashing that transformed my existence. Are you ready to unleash yours? But here is the wild part. Once I started creating, everything changed. I started small, journaling, sharing insights, started working on my book, which was lying on my desk for a few years, started practicing mindfulness, meditation, and teaching others what I was learning. Buddha said, when you light a lamp for someone else, it also brightens your own path. The more I created, the more fulfilled I felt. Gita also says in chapter 18, verse 46, that by performing one's natural work, one worships the Creator and attains perfection. I wasn't chasing results anymore. I was finally living my own story. So here is the challenge. What's one thing you have been consuming that you can start creating? If you are watching workout content, start sharing your fitness journey. If you are reading about mindfulness, share your reflections. If you love food content, start cooking and post your creations. Drop one thing you will create this week in the comments. If you are ready to become a creator, not just a consumer, subscribe and join our 4Q community. Remember, the path unfolds as you walk it.